Welcome to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand.
AGT, back for the Kop TV. My boy Liam is here. He's absolutely buzzing. We were just on that stream. It's been a good week for us, especially against Man City. Before we get into this fan cam, remember, press like. It helps us more than you know. Press like and comment with your thoughts. And of course, subscribe if you haven't already to the Kop TV. Hit that notification bell as well. Amazing content coming up in the next week with all the big games we've got. But Liam, my bro, the voice is gone. My voice is very much struggling, if I'm totally frank. But the game starts in an absolute dream way for Liverpool.
Yeah, I think straight away, make it nice and simple, this was a game of the keepers. Straight on the fact. We went out full forces with Valley. They went out with Stefan. Don't know what their decision was there, but it clearly didn't work out. And I think from the get-go, that really set up Liverpool for that first half. The pressure we were putting on them compared to the last time we played, unbelievable. And we saw us capitalise on that one weakness. And yeah, from there it was just a madness, man. Just a madness.
Total madness. So the goal goes in. The second goal goes in after about 20 minutes. At any stage were you thinking, and obviously we were as well, I think, I can say that, was there any stage where you were worried at all in terms of, as that second half starts, they score a goal straight away? I mean, that was a nervy second half for us.
Listen, I was nervous before starting, you know what I mean? And at several points, my watch told me my heart rate was 110 beats per minute. Sat down. I'm an unhealthy man, but that is crazy, right? That was the nerves today. And you know what, that first half, going 3-0 up, you feel invincible, don't you? You feel invincible. You got that lead. 2-0 is a tricky one. 3-0, it's a massive mountain to climb. And then that second half when City started doing it, you know
when we go in at half time at 3-0 up, you're thinking, right, and then we'd barely put our eyes on the TV to start watching the second half, and then they score straight away, and it's the man that probably shouldn't have started today if you consider his performances, but he scores the goal today, Jack Grealish.
It is what it is. He cost a lot of money. He came in to fill that kind of like depth they need, and he's finally got kind of a performance out of him, I reckon. I mean, he wasn't the most impressive man on the pitch, but he kind of performed more than, say, quieter subjects like Foden. I feel like Foden was really
poor today. Poor, but a lot of misplaced passes as well, all around the pitch from City.
And I don't know if that's the Atletico mentality kind of wearing over into this game, but yeah, he was just very inconsistent. The short passes, the really simple stuff, just felt like it was lacking, which is just not a Foden trait, is it, at the end of the day?
No, absolutely. And it seemed like their finest attacking moments were right at the end of the game. Someone said during the stream they've done more in the last kind of final 10 minutes than they did in the first 80 minutes. When Mahrez comes on, when you're seeing players like that, I mean, all of a sudden with 10 to go, obviously Bernardo Silva scores a tap-in. I don't think I've been more nervous watching Liverpool this season than the last 5 minutes.
I think so. I do agree. But when Mahrez came on and the first thing he did was stand over that free kick, I was panicking, absolutely terrified. But you know what? He came on, he made an impact. As I say, it led to what it did. But it just felt really lacklustre, particularly their midfield. Normally, like you'd expect such a domination. Regardless of Fernandinho, he'd need to be sent off. That was ridiculous.
3 yellows I counted.
Ridiculous. I mean, you could have stretched to a 4, you know what I mean? But we just dominated that midfield. And then I think bringing Hendo on just to shout the last bit of domination, it was wonderful, man. It was wonderful.
Let's talk about Pep, because again, some questionable decisions that he gets asked about in big games. You look at the Champions League final, doesn't play a midfielder, CDM, doesn't play a striker. They lose that. Today he plays the second string keeper who hasn't had much time at all. And I think just tactically today, he wasn't there. Do you think he deserves a little bit more criticism for this?
I don't know. At that point, you got to think the last games we've played, they were really close. But if we're just looking at the judgment for this, was there any reason to not start Ederson other than some form of like cup loyalty to Stefan? But it was their biggest downfall at the end of it. And you kind of
didn't bring De Bruyne on. The subs were
exactly. That's kind of like the mind games he was playing, getting like Kevin to warm up on the side. It was like he was doing a half marathon, you know, just getting the timing in the parks, and it was really strange to not see him come on. So I wonder if he was actually not fit at all to play. You know, it was all just mental.
I think it was. I mean, people were sending me screenshots all week, Walker and De Bruyne out, and I'm thinking, no. Until I don't see him on that team bus on that bench. I don't believe a word. All of a sudden we see him on the bench. But again, that almost worked against him because you needed him to come on and you've sent him to go and do a ghost warm-up, but he was never fit enough to come on.
100%. It just wasn't fair on kind of like the branding of everything going on. But like just, I don't know what was up with City today. It was very simple passes. They were not connecting. And it was that kind of link up from the back to the front. So Fernandinho, Bruno towards like Grealish and then Foden. It just didn't work for me.
But it worked for us. Liverpool 3-2 winners, through to Wembley, FA Cup final, Chelsea or Palace. Who do you want?
Listen, I want Palace, and the reason is it's going to be much more of a spectacle, isn't it? It's going to be so much more for you as fans to watch. Crystal Palace v Liverpool, they've got some really fantastic youth. You know, you look at Eze, he's coming through. It will make for a really electric final. However, I would feel more confident if it was also Crystal Palace. So it's a two-edged sword.
Yeah. Liam, massive win for Liverpool. Can we do the quad?
Yes. Yeah, we can. Listen,
Will we?
It's not impossible. It's not impossible. It's there for us to do it and become the best team of all time, isn't it? You know.
If Liverpool, let us know in the comments, if Liverpool managed to win the quadruple this season, surely that has to go down as the greatest achievement ever in English football history.
Hands down. I couldn't see anyone even debating that. But you know what? It's all up for grabs. We're just one step closer to another, you know.
There we go, Liam. Much love, man.
My pleasure.
Get in there. Whoa. Just before you go,
don't forget, give us a like, drop us a comment and subscribe to the Kop TV.
the voice of football's most famous stand.